Estimated participants, thank you so much for the opportunity to listening to our detailed article. The article theme is as observing the transition and visibility of alternative journalism to the digital world, and it was produced based on Qualitative Study. Alternative journalism is in general associated with political involvement, however, it can comprise a series of other themes. The internet has facilitated many communication processes, but also created more complexity. Social networks created the basis for a greater dissemination of alternative journalism. The continued existence of some forms of alternative journalism and the expansion of social spaces for dialogue and participation remain essential for the healthy functioning of society. In terms of goals and methods, the main goal of this qualitative study is to understand the visibility of alternative journalism on the digital world. Data was retrieved from the Internet corpus latent. In terms of qualitative techniques, we use content analysis, observation, and case study. The results allow us to infer that most of the alternative journalism is dedicated to political themes and that Report Sans Frontières organization, through its significant worldwide network, highlights sensitive themes of global political affairs. The impact of their work is emphasized by the speed of transmission and the reach of the news published on the online platform. We were able to conclude that there is a strong presence of alternative journalism in digital media, with predominance for political themes. The publication of the Press Freedom Index, for example, allowed to infer that there is a high degree of professionalism and the existence of an online barometer where the numbers of victims of repression on freedom of expression are registered, demonstrates clearly that not only the political aspect that has been highlighted, but also the need to protect the work of these professionals and citizens. Table of contents, research background, objectives, methodology and resources, and main outcomes as final. The second decade of this millennium is characterized by several key concepts, including innovation, the fourth industrial revolution, or globalization. At the international level, major issues on the agenda are such as migrants, climate change, populism, political radicalism, especially in Europe and also in the United States. Alternative journalism is generally associated with political engagement, but also can cover a range of other issues such as ethnicity, minorities, as well as non-professional publications. Studies of alternative journalism have shown, among other things, that alternative journalism emanates from dissatisfaction not only with mainstream coverage of particular topics and issues, but also with the epistemology of the news. Initially, alternative media were not accessible to the general public, but with technology development, information capacity, storage, and data transmission, there are now a large number of creators and followers, as technology enables small communities to state their issues, concepts, and opinions, and make themselves also known far beyond their geographical and cultural boundaries. Technological development, especially the internet and social networks, thus represent an important innovation for journalism and consequently for alternative journalism and have contributed to its visibility and power. In terms of objectives, understand the visibility of alternative journalism on the digital world, analyze the Report Sans Frontières work and online presence, understand the level of professionalization of these alternative journalists. Methodology: qualitative, technique 1, content analysis, technique 2, case study, resources, internet, corpus latent, and also Report Sans Frontières platform. Main outcomes: this study has shown that alternative journalism is very active, particularly on the political side, which is the majority among the organizations analyzed. These organizations present normal people as a set of voices who have an equal right in being heard to that of elite groups, and also having access to spaces where they can engage or in dialogue with others is seen as crucial to people being able to be active citizens. The case study showed that alternative journalism is also carried out by a large number of professionals whose use of new technologies allows them to create greater visibility and impact. The case study also demonstrated that there are large organizations dedicated to alternative journalism supported by a large number of donors. The continued existence of some forms of alternative journalism and the expansion of social spaces for dialogue and participation remains essential for the healthy function of society. One of the main conclusions is that there is a strong presence of alternative journalism in digital media with predominance for political themes. Finally, an emphatic note that the importance of using qualitative techniques to obtain consistent and scientific level results. Thank you for your attention and thank you for listening.